Hey folks, welcome back to NASCAR Heat 5. Today we are still on our West Coast trip out here now in Phoenix for Phoenix Raceway, the LS Tractor 200. We've got 100 laps. Last time we raced here, a little bit of strategy turned a really bad day into a decent day. I don't know, we've got a little bit better car this time, but I don't feel any better about this trip. We'll have to see what happens. Maybe strategy will play a role in it again. All I know is we need a top 15 to get $62,000, and we're right on the brink of getting that second short track car, which is going to open up more mechanics for us to be able to work on our cars as well, and that, folks, is very exciting. So let's get out there, do a little bit of practice, and we'll see you right before qualifying. Well, we weren't able to get there. We were pretty close. I don't know how much 4/10 is going to make a difference. We're going to hopefully figure something out during this race. We need that top 15. This is the most important race of this, and actually in the next race, we're going to be right back here in the Cup Series, so we need to figure it out right now. This will be the first time racing in the Cup Series in the next episode, but we're in the Xfinity Series now with the Supra, and we've got to get it out there, and we've got to do well. Practice went all right, but we're going to have to find some speed in the car during the race. Let's qualify, see where we end up, try to do better. All right, here we go. Qualifying lap now underway. See if we can get the best performance possible. I don't know. I just kind of messed up 1 and 2 already. Perfect. I mean, we had speed coming out. Maybe we'll be all right, but I don't think so. I don't think so. We'll see, though. Got on it at a good point here. 25, 26. Just missed it. I mean, we were consistently 27-1, 27-2 during practice, so hopefully everybody doesn't run as fast during qualifying or during the race as they did during qualifying. Top 5. Lane Tipperkin, Max Cost, Tommy Joe Martins, Daniel Hemrick, Matt Malone. Other subscriber drivers, 13th, Michael Chavez, 15th, Jeremiah Graham, 17th, David Schildhaus. We're in 18th, Eliza Bethel right behind us at 19th, Bernardo De Oliveira in 27th, Gary Norton 29th, Matthias Espinoza 30th, John Perez 31st, Casey Kane 32nd, Taylor Carpenter 33rd, Bradshaw Stout 34th, Parker Smith 35th, and Bryce Egan 36th. Got some pre-race information for you. Brennan Poole gives up qualifying position for new tires. Lane Tipperkin is your pole winner. And Brandon Jones failed technical inspection, goes to the back. It's go time. We're starting in 17th on the inside.
Green flag, green flag. Got one outside now.
Get through the gears, bring up the relative. Got a nice little run off there. We're going to get on the inside of Jeremiah here.
Careful, still there.
Gonna keep this car in order as we're going to jump up into the goal position already. We're battling it out with David Schildhaus. He's on our outside. We don't want to slide up the track into him, so we'll catch it right there, get back on the gas. He'll get a better run. Still, I mean, I'm like 4 or 5 races into Phoenix here, and I still struggle with turns 3 and 4, although I do very well in turns 1 and 2. As you can see, we were going to get the runoff, but I chose to back off of it a little bit. Goal here, just like in the Cup race that we had last episode, really just want to not piss anybody off. We still have relationships here. We still have at least 1 season left in the Xfinity Series, maybe 2. You never know. What you're seeing right now is you're seeing the short track, or the people who put more points into their short track driver than some of the people who had enough points to put their driver points into their speedway cars. So that's what you're seeing. We are in the middle of that. We're going to need somebody up front to mess up for us to probably get that top 15. Here comes Sam Mayer. He is coming out of nowhere with that speed. Wow. Liza Bethel right behind him. David Schildhaus is caught up to the pack in front of him. He's battling it out with Sammy Smith or some variation of that. We're just going to get on it and hope that we're able to do something here. Oh, went down way too far there. That's not great. We're going to have to hold it down there for a little bit. Sam Mayer unable to get around us because he's stuck to the inside, but starting to have a little bit of concern that these cars are all going to have no problem getting around us. I don't know what to say. I just don't know what to do there. Oh, by the way, we have an 86 engine car for this race. Normally a 95. For some reason, the person I put on the engine, it reorganized it, and I hit work, and so we didn't get a maxed out engine. We actually have quite a slow engine for this race, so strategy is going to have to honestly play a big role in this race, as Eliza's going to get on our inside as well. And, of course, we're going to keep the car on our line so that we're not having contact with her. See if we can get a good run through 1 and 2. I mean, we're sticking with them. We've got a big pack behind us that, I mean, similarly to previous races, we kind of were in this position. We've got 20 plus, what is it, 22 total for stage number 1, 15 left. It's a pretty quick run. I'm hoping that we don't lose a lap, because we're 6 laps in and he's a straightaway in front of us, so about a third of a lap in front of us. Tipper Ginn is pretty nice up there right now as he is crossing the finish line as we're going into 3. Here comes Josh Berry, going to put us down another spot. Just finding speed that obviously he didn't have before, as you can see as he's catching Eliza. It's kind of crazy, but here we are. Just watching some of these cars that didn't look like they had anything. He's about to get on Bethel's inside and pass her maybe into 3 and 4. So I don't understand how that's even occurring, to be honest with you. How's our tire? Eating the tire's not terrible. 28 in the tank. We could technically probably get through stage 1 and part of stage 2. I'm sure we'll pit, though, with everybody else. It's the right thing to do there. We're not losing this pack per se, but we've got some of the cars that were behind us. Well, I guess we're doing well. Anthony Alfredo was gaining on us for a second. He's not gaining on us now. We have Eliza Bethel right in front of us that's not really driving away after she passed us, so that's good as well. We're just kind of in the groove. I mean, it's really all we've got going for us right now. Is the car is stable, which is good. I tried a different setup this time. Of course, with what I have, I don't really have a... Oh, that was nice. I don't really have a good enough car to be running an extreme setup or anything, but this setup seems really stable. It was vastly, vastly different than the other setup I was running. Same guy that set it up. We are getting a nice run catching Bethel, so that little burst she had to get around us appears to have potentially gone away. So we're going to battle it out a little bit through the front quote-unquote straightaway. It's not really much of a straightaway, because it's right by a dog leg, but let's see if I can... I saw that happening, and I didn't want to... Well, we're just going to drive it out on the apron and make the pass. I didn't want to ride up the track on her, so that's what I did. I'm barely on the brakes at all. And I'm wondering, can I drive it in a little deeper because we're a little slower and get on the brakes later? Would that work? I don't know, but we're in 18th, so that part's good. Just a lot of finding that groove. Our 1 and 2 has been good since day 1. We know how to do 1 and 2. We've got a good drive off on 1 and 2. It's been 3 and 4 that haven't been great. And I'm trying something new, and that time I got on the brakes a little later, but a little harder. And we seem to have gotten a couple tenths away from Bethel, so that's a big deal. Question is, I mean, through 1 and 2, we gained on Mayer a little bit as well. Maybe a long run at the end of the race can put us into that top 15. I'm not quite sure, but we're gaining on Mayer right now. Then we'd cut the dog leg as you're supposed to do. Once the car grips up, I get right back on it, and it seems to be working. Although we had lost time going into the turn, we gained it back once we went through the turn. Back on the gas. Yeah, I don't know. How much do we have left in the 6 laps left? Again, it's pretty quick stages. Xfinity Series, not always a need for a speed up. We're making ground, so it's something to watch and talk about. We're almost within a second of Mayer. Sammy Smith has fallen back as well. He was racing up there with everyone else for quite a while. Schildhaus got around him. That's who he was racing originally. I don't know. It looks like Schildhaus is 3 positions up from where he was earlier, so congratulations to that team, who played more of a balanced in their driver upgrade, so they're not going to have the drop-off of some of the other drivers. Funny, Tiberghien had put all of his stuff into short track racing. He's a short track driver in real life, and so he wanted to make sure that that's what his driver could do. That's playing dividends right now as he is in the lead and catching the back of the pack in a little bit. We've got 4 laps left in this stage, so I don't see us going down a lap, which is big for us. But I definitely can see... Well, we've been losing some time because I haven't been paying as much attention. But I definitely can see him on the last stage lapping people. Like lapping us, potentially. We don't want that in our life. Brandon Jones, Austin Hill getting around Alfredo and starting to make a drive up towards us. That came out of nowhere as well. Like, where did they all of a sudden pick up this speed from? A little confused by that, but here we are. Looking to make some separation, looking to get some good point hitting in here. That one I did better, actually. See if I can put a little separation, cutting the dog leg. Not really. Not as much as you would think, considering we literally just cut the track. Oh, and now I gotta come off the gas to avoid the wall. That sucks, because that's gonna give Brandon Jones a chance to catch us here. My gas pedal is squeaking now. That's annoying. I gotta go get some stuff. I talked to some people about it. 1 to go. We weren't gonna get any points in the stage anyway, but it does suck to have Brandon Jones fly past us. We're gonna catch him. See if I can get to his inside. A little contact actually is gonna prevent the inside. And top 10 already crossed the line, so we'll finish 19th in stage number 1. Got our work cut out for us. Only 4 positions, but 4 positions seem to be pretty far up on us, and that sucks. Well, we were able to switch spots with Brandon Jones on pit road. Pretty nice for the crew team, or the crew, to do that for us. Question is, did we learn anything from what we just did? And can we maybe put ourselves in a position to get some spots and maintain them? I'm not really sure. I mean, I know I've got position here on Sammy Smith. Ooh, did you see that kick? Holy crap. I'm gonna try to... I can't hold that with these cars. I don't know how they're doing it. I mean, we didn't lose them, but it didn't go that well. Oh, I'm like, why did Sam Mayer slow down like that? It's because Sammy Smith was on his inside and got some, kind of pinched him.
Careful, still there. Careful, still there.
I got to figure out, maybe I drive it in deeper, get harder on the brakes in a 1 and 2, or really push it, instead of what I had been doing.
Stay low, stay low.
And now with Sammy Smith kind of holding me down in the inside, I wasn't able to get on it as early, but we're still able to take that spot back. I just want to get something that we can get up to this other group. And maybe I need to turn in later, start that arc a little differently. We've got some time to figure it out, folks. I mean, we're really 30 laps into the race of 100 laps, so we've got time to get there. We are so good at 1 and 2 overall, but 3 and 4, feeling like they start to turn there. I want to start to turn here, and now I'm going to be running in the middle of the track because I turned late. That did not work. Sam Smith there. We're going to jump down a little early to cut the dog leg right through here. Get back up on the track. See what we can do. Caution comes out. 71 laps left in the race. 32 laps left of fuel. Obviously, we're not pitting. We can stack back up with everybody. See what we can do now.
Coming to the green.
By the end of the season, we're hopefully driving a completely different car at that point. But right now, this is where we are. I'm going to hold Brandon Jones down a bit. See if I can... Oh, that's not Brandon Jones. That's Dale Jr. for 15th place.
Got a Carlo now.
Can I get to the inside? Yes, I can, but it's going to be tight. This is dumb. See, shit. I knew that brake bias was going to screw me eventually. His brake bias is turned so far up, and I'm like, how's that going to go if I have to brake into a corner? That's how it's going to go. It went poorly. It went very poorly.
All right, clear low. Looking inside now. Still there inside.
There's no speed for me in 3 and 4, and I don't get it. Obviously, I'm doing something wrong.
I need 10 more solid laps. Concentrate for me.
Oh, I screwed that up.
Still there.
Bad.
Got a car high now.
The only saving grace I have is that I have more drive off than they have.
Stay low.
I don't understand. I was trying to follow Galding. They come off the gas. They're not hitting the brake. They're just coming off the gas as they go into it. But then they do hit their brake, and I don't really know when, and I need to figure that out. What I'm doing is not working. So is it a come off the gas, get the car turned the right direction?
Stay on the bottom here.
Well, that didn't work. They're definitely on the brakes there. Well, that was stupid of me again, as usual.
Stay on the bottom. Hold your line, got one inside. Clear low.
Oh, that one might have worked actually a little bit, but again, his drive up. Well, and that might also have to do with the fact that he's normally a top tier car with his engine and stuff, and we are not. So, are we just destined to finish out poorly in this race overall? It's possible. It's possible, and that sucks. And we're catching him.
Still there.
Then we're failing once we get here. I say, and then we have a really good turn. He didn't really pass us at all. See if we can get some distance on him right here. Maybe clear him. Yes, we did. So we got a spot. But Eliza Bethel there on the inside. Just a gaggle of them behind us. This one isn't going so well. The stage is going much worse than the last stage because I'm putting so much focus. I kind of gotten into a groove in the last stage, and then in this stage I haven't. I've been focusing so much on trying to figure out 3 and 4 that I've been ignoring 1 and 2 properly. Down to 5 laps left in stage 2. Yeah. Got a little bit of distance there from that group behind us, but how do we feel about it, folks? Are we feeling like we've got a chance to start to catch people in the final stage? I don't know. I really don't know. But this could ruin our chances at that extra $60,000+ that was going to guarantee that we would end up with a 4th car after this race, putting us in a spot to go for an upgrade in the next set of having a lot of money. All right, well, I think what I just need to do is just focus the way I have been, because doing this is, all of a sudden, we're doing the right thing against Bethel. So, got a little bit of gap from that whole group. Schildhouse got around some of them. He's running back up. We had a little bit of contact, put him sideways. He got it back together, but
White flag, next time by.
all right. Just 2 laps left here. Able to put that down on the apron a little bit, and I knew I could. I just hadn't really been taking advantage of it.
All right, let's go. White flag.
Yeah, we're starting to gain on Sammy Smith, so that's my answer right there. Is just to hit my own marks and let things happen. They're gonna the way they're gonna happen. We've got plenty of laps to go in this last run. I think we have over 50 on the final stage, so I think we're gonna have plenty of time
No points
to
been
catch.
saved.
Yeah, finished
Final
19th
race
there.
flag.
I think we'll have plenty of time to catch the pack again. Do we have a 15th place car? I don't know. Oh, we went in 19th. We come out in 19th. Schildhouse pool split switch spots. We're on the inside. That can work for us for jumping out in front of some of the cars here. And honestly, a late race caution would be probably the best thing for us, because we can get around cars early on in a run on a restart.
Stay on the bottom.
So we have potential on a restart to do,
You're all clear up top there.
or to get to that top 15 potentially. I don't know. We'll see. Little checkup from them, but again, that drive off is huge for them. Everyone being back on full stuff. We need a long green flag run. It's going to be one of the only ways we're going to be able to do what we want to do. But the best thing I can do also is stick with these drivers for as long as possible. We're getting into the draft a little bit. That's going to help. I didn't even think about that. If I can get into the draft, that can be quite helpful. Of course, cutting the dog leg should be very helpful, but I don't really know if it is. I don't really know as they start to drive away from us. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to focus for a while. We haven't had a speed up. I said we might not, but I decided we're going to, because I'm just going to focus. We've got a long last stint, 50 laps, right at the mark. We're going to go for this whole stint, our whole fuel run, and we'll be back on the mic once we are pitting for the final time in this race. All right, we're gonna go right back to the speed up after this, but we figured something out in 3 and 4. We cut right to the edge of that little exterior wall on the inside. We seem to get a good run, and then we let it fade up to the top. We seem not to lose a lot of speed either. We weren't losing the pack. We were actually starting to gain on the pack in front of us, which is huge.
We're going green. Almost ready now.
We ended up in 13th because I think Matt Kenseth had to pit, and he slowed up a bunch of cars on the track, so we were able to get around him. That's what happened there.
Careful, still there.
Now we're in 11th because of the restart, which I'll take, but I don't know how long or how well that's going to last for. We've got a lot of cars chomping at the bit behind us.
All clear.
And now we're about to get just passed by a lot of cars on the outside. Maybe. Oh, maybe not.
Clear there.
Schildhouse got around us, which is fine.
Got a car coming inside now.
All right, yeah, back to the speed up. We're still going until we pit. We didn't pit under that caution, so we're going to go until we pit for the final time. May be pitting this time around. We are going to pit this time around. We have to pit this time around. We're in a bad spot with the tires on this car.
Inside.
Ooh, whoa, what? Well, I got on the brakes and I just got absolutely smashed into, and that's going to bring out the caution. Well, I mean, I'm allowed to touch the brakes. I didn't. That's crap. We're going to lose 5 spots from the damage. I guess that's acceptable. That's crap. Yo, we got run into. I don't know. I'll have to watch that, but oh well. 16 left in the race. We're not going to have to worry about our tires now. But that was annoying, really.
Inside. Clear low, clear low.
We learned a lot from what we were doing. We got ourselves up to 9th place, which was pretty awesome.
Still there.
Of course, we need to be able to fade up the track to keep that momentum going. So I'm not sure. I don't think 15 laps is going to be enough to make a difference there.
Careful, still there.
Well, now we're running it down on the apron so that we don't get into Sheldon Creed. And we won't. That'll give us right in front of Michael Chavez, as well as we've got Dale Jr. in sight. But this is the problem. We get a nice in there, but when I want to get on the gas, I'm not going to be able to. We'll cut the dog leg super early this time.
Car on the outside now. You're all clear up top.
Yeah, we smoked the tires because of the speed we're putting into it, and that's... But at the end there, I mean... This game needs the ability to tell people you're pitting in, and it should only let you do it, like, or you should be penalized if you do pit in, or say you're going to pit in, you don't. That'd be the way around it. Like black flag if you say you're going to pit in, use the pit in signal, and you don't, so you can't play games with the other drivers, so they're slowing down and getting around you. But that was a situation where we were about to pit in, so I'm on the brakes and I'm on the brakes going into the turn anyway. We got hit by 2 cars. All right, doesn't matter. I'm over it. I got to, focus on what's ahead of us. Obviously, we're in 10th place still. We're doing just fine there. Just a little, I kind of wanted green flag stops. Well, not kind of. I wanted green flag stops. I wanted things to play out the way they were going to. We were doing really well, all on our own. Last time it was all strategy, but ever since I found out I shave off between 2 and 4 tenths, going through 3 and 4, it's a big deal for us.
Stay on the bottom.
As you can see, everyone's on fresh stuff and we're not losing the time or the position now. So we're doing pretty well overall. This is going to give us that run past Brandon Jones. See, perfect. Basically, there's so much track to run up, you don't have to slow down to stay on the inside. You lose too much speed doing that. Got Tommy Joe Martins in front of us, Ryan Ellis in front of him. We're in 9th place again, all on our own. So we start to drive, hopefully, away from Brandon Jones, Dale Jr., and everyone behind us. Timur Ganna's been leading this entire race, doing just a fantastic job. I think he's led every single lap of this race. And that's what that team is out here built to do. We're going to be competing with him all season long when we're on the short tracks. Looking forward to when we actually are competing with him instead of what we had to do in this race, which, I mean, in the end, a top 10 is an absolutely phenomenal run for us if we're able to finish it out this way, but we don't have the program set up for our short track stuff yet, and we'll get there. But we've got some work to do, and Phoenix is eventually going to become my best track because right now it's my worst. And that's how it goes. Phoenix and Richmond. Well, I think the last time we ran Richmond, it was actually a really good run. I can't remember clearly, but I think that we had a really good run, stable car in that one. And of course, I'm going to go into games that are, I don't know if these tracks are laser scanned or anything, but we're going to go into other games, and like when NASCAR 25 comes out, I'm probably going to have to relearn absolutely everything that's running on iRacing's engine. To my understanding, is iRacing making their own gaming engine as well now? I think I heard something about that, which would be a bit incredible considering how much they've put into what they currently have. But if they make another game or a new game engine that has, it's got next-gen graphics or something, that would be crazy. I remember when I first played iRacing so long ago. I mean, the graphics now are miles ahead of where they used to be. Yeah, those guys in front of us are driving away, but we aren't losing anything to the people behind us, so... Oh, we are there because I just barely tapped the wall like a moron. Watching the relative instead of watching my car. I think we'll get it back right here, though, as we come through 1 and 2. And we do. Actually, we gained 2/10 on Tommy Joe there. Got a nice run through 3 and 4. That's what we're supposed to do that whole time. It'd be cool if we had something for Tommy Joe, but we don't. There's no way we would. We're gaining on him slightly. We lose a little bit, then we gain more than we lost. But I don't think... I mean, it's like we'd have to have probably 30 laps left to catch him. But we just don't. Like, we'll get to 2.2 here or something. Maybe 2.1. Can we scratch? Nope, we can't. I was going to say, can we scratch 2.1? No. Just an absolute clinic by Lane, as it looks like he is miles ahead of everybody else on the track. Huge congratulations to him and that team. I can't say it enough. Always great to see subscriber drivers being able to upgrade their stuff and it show up on the track. And by the end of the season, I have a feeling that this whole field is going to flip and you're going to see all subscriber drivers up front and the real drivers battling it out to try to get the positions from the back.
White flag, bring it home.
Last lap in the race, 1.3 second lead over 10th place, Brandon Jones. So we are in position here to walk away with a top 10 finish. More importantly, a top 15 finish, which means we are going to be able to buy that new short track car at the end of this one, hire some more engineers, mechanics, a whole team, and that was pretty awesome. I gotta be honest with you, figuring out 3 and 4 was huge for us. Top 5, Lane Tiberghien, Jeffrey Earnhardt, Max Cost, Matt Malone, Justin Haley. We came in 9th. David Schildhouse 12th. Michael Chavez 13th. Eliza Bethel 22nd. Casey Kane 25th. Jeremiah Graham 26th. Bernardo de Oliveira 27th. Taylor Carpenter 30th. Matthias Espinoza 31st. Parker Smith 32nd. Bradshaw Stout 33rd. Bryce Egan 34th. John Perez 35th. Gary Norton DNFing 36th place. Take a look at the standings. We've got a new winner for the first time since the first race of the season. I think John Perez won 2 in a row. Ryan Ellis won the very first race at Daytona. Lane Tiberghien takes it, and he makes himself into the playoffs. We are in 4th place overall. We're in on points right now. Fastest lap of the race goes to Matt Malone with a 26.391. Lane leads every single lap of the race. Brandon Jones on the move, started 35th, finished 10th. Tough break goes on Matt Kenseth, started 11th, finished 29th. We've achieved our incentive contract, just some more money for us, fantastic. As you know, we've got to just get right onto the Cup race, where we are leading in the Cup Series with 2 wins in a row, and we're going to jump out to Phoenix Raceway. We just got done with it. This next race, 156 laps. So a bit longer, 50% longer than the other race, 56% to be exact. But before we do that, I want to... Oh, we're not going to be able to do that. That sucks. Oh, hey, he's polite now? He was neutral, so last week did work. Actually, let's take a look at this. Kurt Busch and Matt Kenseth are both upset. That sucks. McDowell's annoyed. Suarez is annoyed. Stenhouse Jr. is annoyed. Bell is upset. Buscher's upset. Harvick and Almirola are annoyed. Blaney is a rival? How did that even happen? Well, I don't even know how that happened. Probably when we wrecked him. That makes sense. All right, well, that sucks. We do have 2 chances to get the top 10, so it's not a requirement at Phoenix, but we certainly would love to get a top 10 at Phoenix, keep our streak going for us. Hate to see that with Blaney. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to turn that around. We'll see what can happen. But, folks, that is going to do it for this episode. I do want to take a moment out to say thank you so very much for taking the time out of your day to watch my video. And until next time, and of course, as always, you take care.